What's going on, guys? It's NYPrepper here. In today's video, we're going to go to Mount Rushmore, and then we're going to explore the Black Hills a little bit of South Dakota, and then we're going to finish off our day with Custer State Park Wildlife Loop. And that's just a 18-mile road that goes through Custer State Park in South Dakota, where you can see a lot of wildlife up close. But right now we're going to Mount Rushmore. So I want to just show you guys what it looks like driving into Mount Rushmore here. We're also going to maybe see the Crazy Horse Memorial too. But just wanted to show you guys the terrain here in South Dakota.
Take the exit.
It's
on the
a lot different than New York.
Rushmore.
The terrain here is a lot different than New York, that's for sure. It's the mountains are much more prominent, and it's all pine trees and grass. It's a more arid climate here, but it's absolutely beautiful. Now, the Black Hills are actually an extension of the Rocky Mountains, believe it or not. They're part of the Rocky Mountains, so. And the Black Hills, there's always a lot of forest fires here because
turn left on Calumet Road.
It's
then
very
take the
dry
first
here.
left.
So they always have forest fires. There's always a danger of forest fires here. So if you're ever going to camp out here or spend time in the woods, you definitely want to be cautious about putting your fires out. You know, you definitely don't want to cause a forest fire. So, but I want to just show you guys the
Turn
scenery
left
here
on
real quick.
US 16, then exit right.
And I'll stay tuned and I'll show you guys what Mount Rushmore looks like. So the Black Hills are actually, they're not really hills, believe it or not, they're really mountains. The elevation, the highest elevation in the Black Hills is 7,200 feet. So that's bigger than any mountain range in the East Coast. It's much bigger than the Smokies or the White Mountains in New Hampshire. It's about over 1,000 feet higher than the highest peak in the East. So these are pretty serious mountains here, and there's numerous peaks above 7,000 feet. And the animals here in the Black Hills, there's no grizzlies here. They used to be here like 100 years ago. There were grizzlies here, but they got extirpated. But you have a big cougar population, a lot of cougars here, or mountain lions, whatever you want to call them. A lot of mountain lions here, a lot of elk, rattlesnakes, mule deer, white-tailed deer, bighorn sheep. I think there's also mountain goats here. And so there's a lot of wildlife here. You got prairie dogs, but I mean, as far as the most dangerous wildlife that you would need to be concerned with here would be the cougars and maybe elk during the rutting season, and then obviously bison as well. I forgot to mention the bison. About bison, you want to always keep distance from a bison because they're very unpredictable. And rattlesnakes as well. You know, tons of rattlesnakes here. You know, the mountains are all just granite and grass, so that's like perfect areas for rattlesnakes. They love, you know, rocky places and grassy areas. So tons and tons of rattlesnakes here. And we're getting very close to Mount Rushmore. The terrain here is extremely rugged, very steep, and you know, you have all these jagged peaks on the side of the road here. It's unique, very different from what I'm used to in the East. You know, we have places like this, but there's not that many places like it, you know. I mean, the terrain here is just extremely rugged and steep. So, all right, guys, so stay tuned and I'll show you Mount Rushmore, and we'll explore the Black Hills National Forest, maybe do a little hike, and then we'll go to the Custer State Park Wildlife Tour. We're actually in the village of Keystone right now. This is Keystone, South Dakota. It's just a little tourist town here. It's pretty interesting, actually. It's my first time here. It's like a little Western style town. So very interesting here. This is Keystone, South Dakota. But as you see, there's not many people here. It's not, you don't get those big tourist rush here like any of the eastern parks. You get this huge rush of tourists, but here it's a lot more relaxed. But obviously it's Christmas weekend, so that probably has a lot to do with it. But so, all right guys, stay tuned. We're about 2 miles away from Mount Rushmore National Memorial. Just want to show you guys some of the terrain here. Very, very steep terrain. If you've never been out west, you definitely got to go out west here. It's nothing in the east compares to this. It's just a whole different world out here. I mean, there's some nice areas in the east, but the mountains here are just much more steep and prominent. It's just totally different out here. Definitely got to see it if you've never been out west before. Wow, look at those peaks over there. Incredible. Look at these big peaks here. Crazy. There it is, guys. Mount Rushmore in all its glory. Right outside the actual entrance to the park. But I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like out up here. I want to show you guys the beautiful Black Hills scenery here. I don't know how high up we are, but we got to be a couple thousand feet up. We've been going uphill the whole time. And it's funny, there's actually this little group of deer down here walking along the highway. It's pretty funny. They're just walking casually. Pretty funny. A lot of wildlife here in South Dakota. Very, very wild area, a lot of animals. It's just funny how they're just walking casually up the road in single file fashion. Look at that. That's so funny. Reminds me of New York. All the deer. That's hilarious. I think those are mule deer. I can't tell. Those are mule deer or whitetail. Not sure, but little deer family there. There's the Mount Rushmore area. Look at all these granite peaks everywhere. Look at that. You got Lincoln, you got Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, you got Thomas Jefferson, and then you have George Washington. Pretty awesome. I'd love to see Ronald Reagan's face up on there. That would be nice. I think Ronald Reagan deserves a spot on the mountain over here. It's gorgeous, beautiful area here. Weather's cool right now. It's definitely cooler up here on the top of the hill than down below in Rapid City. But all right, guys, stay tuned. We're gonna get closer to Mount Rushmore. There it is,
In
guys.
1/2 mile, turn right.
Mount Rushmore. Park ranger here. Alright guys, we're walking to the Mount Rushmore Memorial here. We just parked at the parking garage. They have little parking garages here for RVs, cars, and buses. You got to pay $10 for parking. But there's also a free section that you don't have to pay for, but they don't have parking there. And I want to show you guys what the parking looks like. They just have these garages here built into the hillside. And there's numerous parking garages. So here's the entrance to the memorial. All right guys, we're at the memorial here, Mount Rushmore Memorial. Looks like they closed off the main entrance. They're doing some construction work over here. But this is the Grand View Terrace. And they got all these flags here. Different flags, all the different states. These are all the different state flags here from every state. It's very cool. Has a European type feel to it actually. Reminds me of like a European type of memorial, but there it is. There's Mount Rushmore. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Teddy Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. And I'd love to see Ronald Reagan up there. Right next to Lincoln, I think there's room for Ronald Reagan, but that's just me. What do you guys think? Would you like to see Reagan up there? Right next to Lincoln on that piece of rock right there. Here we got all the state flags here. Good old New York. This is what the viewing area looks like. There's not many people here today. It's the day after Christmas. It's very clean here. There's not much litter or trash. See, they're doing all this construction here. They're looks like they're redoing some work here on the slabs here. But look at that, guys. Isn't that amazing? It's beautiful. And that's granite right there. So that'll last forever. Granite is extremely durable. That's not going anywhere for thousands and thousands of years. It'll be here. Maybe when aliens come in a couple thousand years, they'll see this and they'll wonder what civilization existed here. So here's Mount Rushmore, guys. Carved out of granite. It's incredible. I think there's room for Ronald Reagan right there, right next to Lincoln. That's where Ronald Reagan should go. Look at this steep terrain here in the Black Hills. Beautiful. Good amount of people here. There's like a little amphitheater down there. Not sure what that's for, but guessing they have some kind of presentations there in the summertime. But not that many people here, as you guys can see. Pretty quiet. This is the viewing platform once again. Just want to show you guys what it looks like here. It's just like a little viewing platform area here. Then you have there's a museum and amphitheater down there. But there's Mount Rushmore. Alright guys, we just finished checking out Mount Rushmore. Hope you enjoyed the footage, and we're going to go for a little hike now. So I'll try to bring footage of the hike here in the Black Hills National Forest. But that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. Take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 P's. Prepare, practice, and persevere. Alright guys, this is the town of Keystone. This is the last town before Mount Rushmore, and I want to show you this guy here. He's got a business where he carves different totems out of wood, and it's called Dahl's Chainsaw Art, Rushmore Bears and Eagles. This is right in the village of Keystone. I want to show you some of the cool totems this guy has. Got a bison there, you got some eagles on a tree. It's all done out of wood. Look at that, isn't that crazy? What I really want to show you guys, I want to show you the giant Sasquatch he has here. It's absolutely insane. Right there, it's a giant Sasquatch. So let me just walk over here and show you guys. This is really cool. Look at this. I want to show you guys the giant Sasquatch holding this American flag up here. You can hear him working right now. He's carving away. Looks like some of these you could buy. He's got some smaller sculptures there from little black bears and eagles and stuff like that. You can buy and put them in your yard. But I want to show you this giant Sasquatch here. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? I mean, that thing is just absolutely massive. Look at that. That is just absolutely insane. That's probably about 30 feet high.